The reason why you are feeling drained by your work has absolutely nothing to do with strategy. What if I told you that? What would you say? Because let me paint you a little bit of picture. You are really successful at what you do. You've already built something really powerful. You've got people that come back for more and more. You are consistent. You've got clients. You're thriving. It's the kind of visibility that everybody wants and they dream of, but lately you've been feeling kind of off. And it feels like you want to hit the brakes or slow down and you just can't figure out why. And you think it's because, oh, I'm overwhelmed or I'm taking too much action or maybe I need a new strategy or I need to automate things or all of the things, right? And you haven't stopped showing up. I mean, you're still showing up, but it just feels just not the way it used to. And that's okay. You know, I have a client and she was saying her launches were doing okay and amazing, yet she wasn't really excited about executing it, like about fulfilling the bottom part or the next part of the offer once the launch was over. And the truth of the matter was is that it wasn't that she was losing momentum or anything, she was actually protecting it. And that is why she was stuck. Let me tell you what it looks like. You could be doing this and you could be slowing yourself down, taking the foot off the gas, kind of landing the plane. And you are saying, oh, it's because I'm burned out or because it's this or because I need to slow down or I need to take a break, I need to take a rest. And it is not what you need to do. I have been in this industry for a very long time. And trust me, when I came in, there were a lot more people doing what I do. And the majority of them have left. And there is something in common that I have with all of the other people that are still here after all of these years. And it is this thing. And when you get this thing, guess what? You aren't quitting. You start to grow. You skyrocket. You have the staying power that's required in order to be someone that the industry takes note of. So this is what success looks like. Like before you start slowing down, like you've been moving, you've been shaking, you've been taking all the audacious moves, okay? And so your program starts selling out. Your audience is growing. They're raving about you. They're recommending you to everybody. Your inbox is full of dream clients. Like you're like dropping the link and people are like, yay, chatting the word. They're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So your stories are going crazy. You're doing well. You're the most recommended person. When people think of that thing that you do, you're the person that they think of, right? So they think of the category, they're like, you're the person, right? And so you start trusting yourself and leading with confidence and conviction. And you're like, I know I'm the bomb. And that's how you're feeling. And then you start getting these milestones and hitting success and you're celebrating, you're having your balloon, celebrations. And you're like, I hit this milestone, I hit this income, I hit this. And you're like the aspiration for everyone. Then something shifts. And it's like you get a criticism. Somebody says, oh, I didn't get much out of that program. Or because now you have hundreds in your program, maybe one thing fell through and then you have a whole bunch of people criticizing you, so you feel the pressure. Or maybe, and I know because I've done this, and you're taking on your client's success on your own shoulders. You're like, I must make sure everyone gets amazing results. And of course, that's what we do. We are so good and we know that what we have is going to work. And then we take everyone else's results onto our backs. And when you do that, that creates a whole nother set of pressure. If you pick it up what I put down, let me know. And so when you receive more attention, whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. You can catch yourself starting to hide a bit. And you're still in motion, but your foot is like taking off the gas. So it's like you're slowing down, but you don't even realize you're slowing down. And you're starting to shrink, starting to doubt yourself. And the reason why this happens is because when you reach a certain level of success, the stakes become higher. And this is a whole different conversation from someone who's trying to get success. You're already having success. So now you feel the stakes are higher. You're putting more pressure on yourself. And it's not about money anymore. You got money. Money is flowing. It's more about sustaining this legacy, this thing that you've built. Your vision is coming to being. It's growing. You're hitting all the right people. You're making the difference that you wanted to make. And now you feel, I'm not just showing up for myself, just not for myself. It's for the community. It's for the team. It's for like my entire movement. And the more you become visible, the more you internalize noise, criticism, projections, like even self-doubt, right? They're doubts and things that you thought you shifted already, they're come back up. And that isn't bad. That isn't because you're a bad person. It's because you forgot that you were leading in what I call God frequency. You were in your divinity. No one can tell you anything. You were like, we're here. I'm doing this. Here we go. And you shifted from God frequency back into human frequency, where circumstances, situations, and all the things outside of you start to take precedence. And you forgot that inside of you is what rules. You forgot that you are the one who decides. No permission. You start asking your audience for permission. You're like, should I launch this? Should I launch this? Is this what you guys want? Instead of remembering that you know best. And the moment that shifts everything, I know it did for me, was when you start shifting back to coming within, start shifting back to God frequency, start shifting back to what you know. And this looks like when you come back to God frequency, when you come back to divinity, the only identity you need is I'm the divine diva, I am divine. When you come back to that knowing, guess what? Criticism that could stop you doesn't, because it bounces off. You're like, okay, let me be aware of this criticism. Maybe there are things that I can improve. I've had clients that have had Reddit threads and they took some pieces of that and they're like, oh, there are some things that I can change about my program. There are some things that I can adjust. But they also didn't make it about them and take it on and make it mean that they're a bad person. They know their heart. Hesitation when posting because they're afraid to be canceled. When you are in God frequency, you can't be canceled. That's when my clients start to say, oh, I know this person is just not the right person for my audience. They will find the right person for them. So they can cancel me all you want. You can't cancel the uncancelable. It's not even a word, but it's a word for me today. The pressure to make sure everyone has success, you start to trust your clients at another level. You start to know and trust that they wouldn't be in your audience if they weren't self-led. They know, you trust that they're going to get the results they're meant to get. And you trust that your work is that good, that when they take the actions that you have told them to take, they will get the results. And you aren't babying them. You aren't micromanaging them. You work with them with love, yes. And you trust that you've called the right people in that are going to follow the things that you have given, and they will get it. And you start magnetizing more clients and more things and people that are in alignment with that frequency. And so this is why I created Divinity House. Divinity House was created as the only space that can carry you with you in your full power. Because you being in your God frequency, you being your divine diva, you being the person who's divinity in the body, means that you need to, or you get to dissolve hesitation, dissolve second guessing, move boldly, and be in a room of women that move boldly. You get to anchor in your God frequency and be reminded when you step out of that and allow circumstances or things outside of you to dictate where you go. I've just seen so many women who had $1 million businesses disappear because of the pressure. We get to learn to shift pressure to pleasure. Remember that how resilient you are, because guess what? Every woman is resilient. Every woman is strong. But we've been taught that we can't hold it. We've been taught that we need to look at things this way. And I'm going to show you how to take triggers and transform them. Because Divinity House is the space that you get to come in, and it is about energetics. It is about your spiritual walk. It is about you remembering that you are God frequency in that human body. You don't need permission because you are the permission. You are the creator and the creation. It's not about more strategy. It's about remembering who the F you are and leading from that divine diva identity where you don't need to change identities or up level because you are always going to be at the highest of the highest identity when you decide that you are God frequency. And so if you're listening to this and you're like, this is me, for the next 3 days at the time of this recording, you can get into Divinity House now and receive my 11-day program called Millionaire Superpower. The Millionaire Superpower shows you ways to step into this power and really utilize your spiritual and energetic aspect to walk you through situations like this. It is only limited. It is only for the first 3 days. It is going to end before February 1st. So if you are saying, yes, I need to spend a year doing this, being this, message me. Hugs, kisses, all the feels. Keep it bougie, stay healed, and be divine. Bye.